In the following lecture series, you will learn about the syntax and structure of PHP. First, let's look at the opening and closing tags. In the previous lecture, I suppose you got an idea on how to add PHP code in the HTML code. PHP is an interpreted language, not a compiled one in the traditional sense. So long story short, our server has send engine, which is crucial to run PHP. When it goes through HTML code, it looks for opening and closing tags. Once it found the opening and closing tags, it will parse the PHP code and goes through several passes to output the result. As we have seen previously, the standard way to open and close a tag is by adding opening tag, then append PHP without space, then your code, and finally the closing tag. This is the recommended opening and closing tag for PHP. It is always enabled and supported across all PHP configurations, and it is the most portable and future-proof way to embed PHP code in your files. There's another way to open and close the PHP code. It is called short tags. Short tags are nothing but opening tag without the word PHP appended to it. Their support depends on the PHP configuration directive shortcode _open _tag. By default, this directive is disabled in many PHP installations, especially on newer versions. Its usage is discouraged because it's not always enabled and can lead to compatibility issues. However, for the demonstration, add the short tags after our first code. Inside, we add echo double quotes, next hello world, exclamation, end quotes. Let's see if our server has the shortcode directive turned on by default. Go to the browser and type the localhost address /main.php. As you can see, the short tags are not being compiled. To enable this feature, you need to make some minor changes in the php.ini file. Since I'm using a Mac, I can find my MAM installations in the applications folder. If, for instance, you cannot find your php.ini file where the file is located, create a PHP file with any name in the htdocs folder. I'm naming it phpinfo.php. Open this file and add phpinfo method. This method will generate all the informations regarding your PHP installation. Go to your localhost address /phpinfo.php. You should see something like this on your web page. Look for the loaded configuration file section. Mine looks like this. This is how you can find php.ini file location on your system. So, in my case, I go back to the MAM folder, then to the bin folder, and choose the PHP version of the project. You can find this by going to the MAM app and check the PHP version, or by looking at the PHP info page in the core section where the version is listed. Ours is PHP version 8.2. So open the PHP version 8.2 folder and finally go to the conf folder. Here you can find the php.ini file. Open this file using any text editor. In my case, it's VS Code. Look for the line short _open _tag. Enable it by changing off to on. Now let's check if the shortcodes are being rendered on the browser or not. Refresh the page, and yes, it's working successfully. The next hello world has been successfully displayed after our first PHP code. There's another way to display an output without using the language construct echo. It is by using short echo tags. I'm adding a break after our last PHP code so that the new output will be displayed in the next line. So add the opening tag and append an equal symbol to make it a short echo tag, and then type anything you want within the double quotes. I'm writing here another hello world, and finally closing tag. Let's check it on the browser. Refresh the page, and voila, it has been successfully rendered the short echo tag. In the next tutorial, you will learn about variables and data types. Until then, see you.